Welcome to the God of War tutorial for the hardest mode. There's a boss fight name I can't pronounce. I'm not even going to try. This boss, I believe, took me maybe around an hour or so. I broke it up into multiple videos, so I wasn't sure exactly how long it took me, but it seemed to be about around an hour. But yeah, basically, I have a pretty safe method for playing him, and it pretty much involves keeping distance and just using the arrows for the most part. The only time I really attack him is when he does that move, when he does the ground pound and gets stuck in the ground. See, after that, whenever he does that, I'll hit him 3 times, 2 or 3 times. But if you try to go for any more hits than that, you'll probably get hit. So, and if you miss the first swing, just hit him twice. Aside from that, it's just a matter of dodging all of his attacks. You just have to get used to dodging everything. There's probably, you can beat him faster if you counter all of his moves. You'll definitely be able to beat him faster. I'm sure there's probably a way to get in more hits, but I was just playing it safe. I found whenever I tried to hit him any other time, I would miss. So I pretty much only stuck to when he would strike into the ground and get stuck briefly. That's when whenever he does that move, that's when I would hit him. So aside from that, I just use the arrows. I save the rage meter usually for later in the fight when he starts doing harder attacks to dodge. He will change up a little bit later in the fight. He'll start doubling up on his attacks, so he'll do 2 attacks in a row in quick succession right after each other. So then toward the very end, he'll do a rush attack where he does 3 aerial rushes where he charges you, and on the third one, then you can get in some hits. So that's when I'll hit him on those as well near the end. But for the most part, once you get used to him, he's pretty easy to keep at bay. It just takes a while. It takes me about 6 minutes or so here to beat him. So it's not a short fight, but if you play it patiently, it's not that bad. Just use the arrows and just dodge everything. So yeah, it's if you try to get close and try to counter everything he does, it'll be a lot harder. So it's not too flashy, but it works. Yeah, when you see him coming in from the charge, get ready to roll. And then usually after that particular move, he'll usually do the ground jump after he does a few swings. He'll get back up in the air and then crush back down into the ground, and that's when you can hit him. He always does that whenever he's doing that combo. So after a while, you'll know when he's going to do that. So just get ready to roll out and then come back in with a few strikes. And if you want to be even more safe, you don't have to hit him at all with your axe. You can just use arrows only. It is worth upgrading Atreus arrows if you haven't already. But if not, it'll just take longer probably. But this technique definitely works. You just have to be patient. It's still not as long as the troll fight, but it's more dangerous than fighting the troll where I was just throwing the axe at the trolls. But this doesn't take as long as that, but it's it can be harder because he can still sometimes get in some hits. He can be a little tricky sometimes. Even when you keep your distance, sometimes he'll come in and cause some problems. But whenever he does that running attack, you just roll to the side. Now he's doing attacks one after another, so he just did that running attack twice, and you just dodge it the same both times. Once you're used to dodging his moves, it's just a little bit of muscle memory. You'll get used to it after a while. You'll know when to roll from his attacks. You just get used to it. You can see in the video. And now I use the rage mode because I think he starts going into his harder to dodge attacks. I decided to use it, get a little bit of life back. Get his health down a little bit. And now you'll see he's going to start doing an aerial charge. See, that's it. He does it once, then twice, and then on the third time, he'll get stuck a little bit longer, and that's when you can get in like maybe 3 strikes or so. So don't try to hit him after the first and second rushes. I would recommend only trying to hit him after he does 3 in a row. That's what I found to work. And of course, whenever he shoots those exploding things, just roll away or back, depending on where you're located. Always be aware of the environment. Try not to roll into, something that's going to get you stuck, obviously. But aside from that, avoid the alcoves. Just fight him in this open area. There's no need to go in any of those little caves or anything. You'll make things a lot harder if you get stuck in there with him. And that's about it. There's really not much to the fight once you have down those basic strategies. So if you're having trouble with them, try the slower approach and see if it works for you. And I appreciate you checking out the videos. I have one more video that I'm going to post up today, but it's just going to be 2 very easy optional fights that you can just throw the axe and keep your distance. So there's not going to be much in that video. But thanks again for watching. I'll try to get out more soon. I should have some more up by tomorrow. Thanks again.